week off. January 9th, 2025. Chest today. Light, good stretches, full range. Not worried about the weight. Trying to get the muscle-mind connection thing going again. Shoulders are still bugging me. I feel like my right shoulder bicep is fucked up. And I'm getting like a weird kind of weird nerve pinch or something on the left side of my neck / trap. So stretches and massages whenever I can get them. My neck. Recovery, I think a lot of people neglect the recovery. And when I say recovery, that includes the stretching, that includes the massages, that includes the icing, the area, the knee, the shoulder, the elbow, whatever joint is hurting. You know, and I speak for mainly, it benefits everyone, but mainly for us 40 plus people. So definitely something that's not talked about very much. You know, I watch videos, people, you know, famous or not, or I guess like I said, pro or not. But yeah, recovery. Post recovery from your workout, you know, we all know, take some protein after your workouts. Depending on the intensity, I think it matters how much you should eat. I try to time them where by the time I'm done, it's pretty close to dinner, so I'm gonna eat a full meal anyways. If it's later, I won't eat dinner when I usually do, and instead I'll just drink like a protein shake, just to kind of hold me over. You know, I already do an intermittent fasting of at least about 15 hours. I try to shoot for 15. I mean, sometimes it's a little under, but I try to shoot for that number, 15 hours. You know, a lot of the pros, including myself, just novice, just bodybuilding early when I was younger, I would literally eat every 2 hours. Now, it's not a carved up meal or snack every 2 hours, but it was definitely every 2 hours. I had a clock when I was in college. I would have my watch ring every 2 hours. And I remember before I started classes, I would talk to the instructors or the teachers, and I would ask them if it was okay to go to the back and just eat my meal. And most of them were cool. They were all cool. A couple of them actually would say, I want you to step outside and do it. And I would. I mean, obviously, when you're eating salmon, you know, in or tuna in a classroom that's closed and it's not very big, it can smell, and some people will get offended by it or whatever. So it's a couple classes I used to have to literally my watch would ring. I'd grab my stuff. I'd walk outside. I'd scarf it down and just come back in. And I didn't take my time. Obviously, I just scarfed it down. Um, but yeah, now, some people might take it differently, but I think it's like once your metabolism and everything is slowed down, you're older, and I'm talking about natural, because obviously when you're doing synthetic stuff, fake, the tests and all that stuff, your body's gonna do different stuff. It's gonna run like it's younger, but it's not. So for me, a guy that's natural, why do you want to spike your insulin every 2 hours if you're not like using the energy? You're not working out 2-3 times a day, which I used to. I would split up the cardio, split up the weightlifting, and all that. And as a professional, or even as a person that's just super into bodybuilding, I could see that working that way, where your body constantly has to get nutrition and you're trying to grow. So I get it. But now that we're done with all that and we just want mobility, we want longevity, we want health, yeah, spiking your insulin every 2 hours, whether it's a little or not, is not a good thing. That pancreas has been running non-stop for decades, if you were running it like I was, or like any athlete. So, definitely giving that a rest. I mean, I truly believe in the whole thing, and it makes sense. Some people might say it doesn't make sense, but your body's a machine. You run a machine 24/7, shit starts breaking, shit gets worn out. So that includes your guts, that includes all your organs, So not eating for a day or two, once a month, it's not a bad thing. You're giving your system a rest. You don't eat for 2 days, guess what? Cell regeneration, it starts, you look into the research, and after like 2-3 days, your body starts eating up all the bad cells it has to recycle all of them. Is it true? I don't know. I didn't do the work. I didn't do the science behind it. But hey, I know the government isn't trying to research it, because they want us to eat every 3 hours. They want us to keep eating all their shit that they put on in our food, all the sugars and refined stuff and all the additives that are giving us diseases that we've never had before. So there's that. People will even say, oh, well, people a long time ago didn't live as long as we do now. Yeah, that's because they didn't have a bunch of diseases, and diseases were barely getting invented because people were crossing countries. Now that we're all mixed in how we are now, I don't think, and I mean, even now, there's people that die there's people dying from chickenpox still, from malaria, from stuff that's been around for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. But is it more common? No, it's not common. So definitely, things are different. And I think we have to go back to the way that our ancestors ate, to really use the body the way it was intended. So here we are. Gotta wake up. Time to get to work. All right. Day 9 completed. Did chest today. 30 minutes on the Cybex for the cardio, and then actually the 10 minutes on the treadmill. just doing a variation of walking forward and walking backwards at a 6 on the incline. Then I did chest, and I tried to do free weights. I started with just a regular pressing machine, a sitting up press, good stretch, try to get as far back as I can. Did like 4 sets of that, not too heavy, got it warmed up. Then I did a little bit of shoulder warm-ups with like a nickel, and then tried to do an incline barbell press, and doing it with just 25 pounds on each side, it felt okay. Then I tried to do a 45, and I could feel that something felt weird on my right arm, my right side, my right shoulder, bicep. I think it's the tendon. I don't think it's torn, but something's up with it. Might have, not completely torn. I think it's damaged or something. So I don't know what's gonna happen, man. It's really hard to not be able to go hard on your favorite lifts. It sucks. So you have to let it go. Part of getting old, humbling yourself, knowing your limitations. So I did 1 set of the 45, it didn't feel good, so I moved on to machines. And even the machine on the incline felt a little funny, but I definitely could do more on that one. But once again, I didn't push it. It got heavy, it got hard, but I didn't push it. Nice and steady, deep stretches. Then I moved on to, I tried to do some flies. I did 1 set, and once again, that shoulder front delt area felt a little iffy. Bicep started kind of hurting, so I did 1 set and that was it. Then I went to the dumbbell presses, just flat, no incline, because incline seems to be something that irritates it for sure. And that felt okay. It still hurts a little, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna snap or anything. So I stayed with that. And I finished up with some tricep extensions on the cables. Just because I feel like I haven't been hitting my arms at all, which I haven't been because of the bicep injury. So did a couple sets, nothing crazy, just stimulate it. And then the sauna. Did do my abs today. Did do abs, and then 20 minutes in the sauna, which was pretty hard once I got to like 15 minutes, but did 20 minutes in there, and that was it. It was a decent workout. Didn't feel great, but got it done. My homie was supposed to come by and join me, but he never showed up, which goes to show you. And no, this isn't a clown on him or anyone that something comes up and you can't make it, but don't depend on your workout partner for motivation. Have your own motivation. Find it wherever the fuck you can. Whether it's to lose weight, get healthy, look better, feel better. Whether it's to mac to a girl that's out of your league and you know she is and you want to impress her. It might just be just to live longer because you got kids. Because you got a wife that you love. Could be anything. But definitely look for that motivation. Look for motivation where you haven't looked, if you don't have any. For me, like I said, my motivation is longevity. I want to be healthy when I'm 50 years old, 60 years old. I want to be able to do all the things that a healthy, normal person can do. And I don't want to be on pills. I don't want to be on medication to have to live. I feel like God gave us everything we need. And I mean, like, as in food and water and this amazing body that, treated properly, can heal itself. So definitely gotta have that motivation, regardless where you get it from. Anyways, time to go home and eat.